Hi everybody, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface. Yeah, you get a second dose of me today. Probably should see a doctor about that. Let's just be perfectly honest with you. Probably worse than chlamydia. But some other news dropped earlier today, which I wanted to discuss. And don't panic, I will be going into desktop view shortly, so you won't have to have this horrible full screen me putting you off your dinner or your tea, or whatever you want to call it in whichever country you're from. But Blizzard Entertainment, our friends at Blizzard Entertainment, friendliest company in the world, they announced today that they will not be attending Gamescom 2019. Now, if you're from the US, probably doesn't mean too much to you, other than it's kind of like a smaller version of E3, lots of different companies there, giving off little bits of information and gubbins about various games and what not. But if you're a European, it's kind of bigger, because if you don't want to mortgage your house and go across to BlizzCon, then Gamescom actually offers a poor man's BlizzCon for Europeans, let's just say. It gives you the opportunity to go somewhere in Europe, which is pretty cheap to travel regardless of what country you're from. And it's usually in Cologne, Germany, I think, could be wrong, but I think it is. And, you know, Gamescom doesn't mean that you don't get treated to some real juicy information. I've got on my trusty block pad here the last 4 times that Blizzard have attended, so 2018, 17, 16 and 15. And I believe, I could be wrong, but I believe this is the first time that Blizzard will not be attending Gamescom. Now, the reason why I'm in full screen at the moment and not not in desktop mode is because I've got the reason that they've written down. And I'm not saying I'm going to be a dick, but I'm going to be a bit of a dick about it. So I'm just going to run through, right, some announcements which came from Gamescom, from Blizzard Entertainment. Now, last year, they announced an Overwatch short, and they had an Overwatch short, and they tend to go on for about 7 minutes or so. You know, animated Overwatch thing. The Overwatch community seemed to really like that, because God knows Blizzard don't do anything with the freaking game. And they also did some stuff regarding Heroes of the Storm. Oh, rip Heroes of the Storm. So, okay, so because they're not bothered about Overwatch anymore, I kind of get it now, and Heroes of the Storm's dead, so whatever. In 2017, they announced Kel'Thuzad as a Heroes of the Storm playable character. They also, I think, gave the release date for patch 7.3 for the World of Warcraft, and had a little cinematic about the journey to Argus. And also there was another Overwatch short. Another 7-odd minute Overwatch short. So the Overwatch community, again, once a year, gets something animated. Not this year. 2016, more Heroes of the Storm stuff. We all know that's gone now. Some StarCraft stuff. Now, if you don't know what StarCraft is, it's a game that Blizzard Entertainment made. And don't do anything with. And then there was more Overwatch stuff. And then 2015, and this is the real biggie. In 2015, Blizzard actually announced the next World of Warcraft expansion, Legion, at the time. Yeah, they didn't wait till BlizzCon. No, at Gamescom, you've got to get the two right. It's not Gamescom, it's Gamescom. At Gamescom, they announced Legion. Now, they could have waited till November and done it on their own terms, but the expansion that was going on was Warlords of Draenor, and that was tanking absolutely miserably. You can see why I've left this one to last, can't you? And so they decided to push the announcement of the next expansion off BlizzCon and take it through to Gamescom. And so we had this Legion announcement. Seemed to go down pretty well. I think I was pretty happy with the announcement in terms of the idea that they had. And it definitely seemed a better idea than than what was going on with the Warlords of Draenor. But, you know, huge things can happen at Gamescom. So, with that said, now let's get rid of my ugly mug. Yay, says everybody. And let's go into the reason why they will not be attending. So, Blizzard and Gamescom 2019. As part of a renewed effort this year to maintain our focus on development for our current games and our future projects, we won't have a booth at Gamescom 2019. Oh. The show is an important one for the European and global gaming community, and we're not going. And we're going to miss meeting players in Cologne this year. Yeah, maybe, yeah. You'll still be able to... Oh, no. Okay, let's just stop there because we'll get on to the next bit shortly. So, let's just go back to the first sentence. As part of a renewed effort this year to maintain our focus on development, which means we're just doing what we were doing before, for our current games and our future projects, we won't have a booth at Gamescom. So essentially we're just saying, just doing what we're doing, we're not going to turn up this year. Now, the reason why I'm a little bit kind of like, about this is we know from BioWare that you can put together something in a week and get it out at E3 and say, hey, folks, we got a game. No, but what I'm trying to say is I don't think it takes a massive amount of internal resources to do something. You know, it's not as if you're taking the whole of Blizzard Entertainment and shipping them off to Cologne for Gamescom. No, you'll be taking a select number of people with a select bit of information. Now, there could be some reasons why they're deciding not to. Last year's BlizzCon, of course, in hindsight, was an unmitigated disaster. Complete and utter disaster. It really cast a light on what Blizzard truly are as a company, turned their backs on their loyal customers, and essentially had a conference that was a love letter to China and mobile gaming, while giving out a lot of language that pissed off a lot of people. And again, I got to bring Alan Adam into this situation because he was so defiant in the press conference that we don't care if people don't like the direction we're going. China, we're going in it. We're going to do mobile games for you, and we're pulling our best people off other projects for that. And then, of course, since then, we've had multiple different surveys from Blizzard. We've had literally the death of Heroes of the Storm. You know, I mean, I don't think there's any other way that you can really describe that. There's been survey after survey about esport on Hearthstone and the future of that, and there could be some cuts on that in the future, and a myriad of problems with Overwatch and World of Warcraft, and so people aren't really happy. So there's the potential, of course, that they're trying to use BlizzCon 2019 to highlight some stuff, because this is the BlizzCon that there should be a World of Warcraft expansion announcement. Now, I'm going to go back to the last thing that I did with the Legion announcement, because BFA is in terrible, terrible shape. Let's just be honest here. They could have used Gamescom as an opportunity to get some information out about the next expansion. Early? Sure. But it would have potentially buoyed the WoW community about the direction which they're going, particularly because they will be working on it pretty heavily by now, I guarantee you. And also what features people are expected to see. Now, on the flip side, of course, people can say, well, why can't we have that in 8.2? Why can't we have that in 8.3? There is the potential for that sort of backlash. Sure. And so maybe waiting till BlizzCon, when BFA will be over a year old by then, and they can announce the next expansion then, it might give people a little bit more hope. That said, there's also the chance that at this year's BlizzCon, there's going to be plenty of mobile games announced. You know, there could be the World of Warcraft Pet Battle Go business announced. And so they're holding on to things like the next WoW expansion announcement so they can say, hey, we're doing a mobile game. Don't worry. We've also got another World of Warcraft expansion coming. But this is the mobile game that we're... But don't worry. We've got another World of Warcraft. So they could be using it as balance. Instead of having their feature being a mobile project. Now, also... the same sort of story with Diablo. There's a very good chance there's going to be a lot of Diablo Immortal information at BlizzCon of this year. Release dates, stuff like that, if it isn't already out. I mean, it seems to be a lot closer than we potentially think, which again kind of makes me think, why don't they... But there again. But maybe this BlizzCon, there's going to be a Diablo 4 announcement. But again, Gamescom, if they have something, Gamescom could have been a good place to say, hey, Diablo fans, I know you weren't too happy at BlizzCon, although they won't say that. They'll say, we know you were psyched for Diablo Immortal. Here is something special for you for the future of the Diablo franchise. They could have used that opportunity. No. They don't have to worry about Heroes of the Storm anymore. Dead. Overwatch. I don't know what on earth is going on with that game at the moment. I just know that people aren't happy. They aren't happy at all with, lack of development, lack of anything really happening with the project. StarCraft, nothing brewing as regards to that. But again, Gamescom could have potentially brought some Warcraft 3 Reforged information. How far down the line they are with it. Is there a release date in the pipelines? Show off some gameplay footage. There are various things which easily could have come to Gamescom, which won't necessarily affect what's going on at BlizzCon. But no. Now, this all could be building up to a big IP announcement at BlizzCon. Okay? So they're kind of doing a calm before the storm-esque situation. And so they're kind of starving you a little bit of information, getting you hungry, pissed off, getting you hungry, and then BlizzCon comes around, boom, we've got a new World of Warcraft expansion, boom, we've got a new Diablo IP, a Diablo 4 announcement, something like that, boom, new IP announcement, boom, shit ton of mobile games announced. But the others should offset that. New IP, a new WoW expansion, new Diablo, game, whatever that may be. Those could offset what will be the mobile announcements and the love letters to China and stuff in an effort to repair what BlizzCon is. Or they could just do Jack, and we could just get another offering of what we really got last year. But I think it's probably more going to be the former. I think they want to stack BlizzCon this year. I think they really, it's particularly because they're offering premium tickets this year. I think they want to make these premium tickets more sought after, more valuable. And if people are believing that they could, see something new and have the ability to jump queue and get in straight away to do some testing, it'll make him a very sought after product. Anyway, BlizzCon tickets, BlizzCon is there for the hardcore lovers of Blizzard. You're not turning up to BlizzCon if you're pissed off with Blizz. You're not spending your money, a lot of money, to sit in the crowd and go, whoa. No, you do what I do. You sit at home and you put Twitch on. And you watch it that way. No, these are the hardcore of hardcore. So they just need little nudges to open up their wallets and stuff. So I've rambled on for a bit, but let's just continue with the opening up of the wallets. But you'll still be able to find Blizzard gear at the Gamescom 2019 shop area. So they've got nothing to say as regards to games or anything like that, but you can spend your money in the Blizzard shop. We're also looking forward to returning to the Gamescom show floor in the future. We're also looking forward to sharing more details about the projects we're currently working on when the time is right. I don't think this is a good decision. I really don't. To me, it shows more negativity than positivity. There could have been patch 8.3 information they could have brought to Gamescom. There could have been, like I said, Warcraft Reforged, Warcraft 3 Reforged information they could have brought. Another Overwatch short and kept that going. So I think there's a missed opportunity here, and I think it's a little bit more negative than positive. But I think they're trying to stack BlizzCon for this year to make up for last year's absolute travesty. So there we go. Let me know what you guys and gals and kids of all ages have had a Red Bull. Piss off. Think in the comment section down below. I'm literally bouncing off walls right now. But I hope you enjoyed the vid. If you did, do give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. Follow me on social media and Twitch for live streaming. Links, they're in the description box down below. And I'll be back with some more stuff very soon. You take care. Bye for now.